Hello everyone, my name is Brett Keene, and I normally don't like to do videos like this because it reminds me too much of the masked analyst who sits around all day with a sock on his head sitting there making 20-minute videos about how he feels about different YouTubers that he doesn't personally know in real life. But this person that I'm going to be talking about is a special case, at least in my eyes. The person's real name, I believe, is Lisa and goes under the name Survivor's Faith. She and I, we know each other on a first-name basis, and so does anybody that visits the chat room. I myself, I haven't been really big on the whole communicating in the chat rooms thing because they always seem to be filled with overzealous trolls and retards. But I went into her room, and it's called God's Sanctuary. That's what she calls it. She's a Christian lady, and what she does is she makes this room, and atheists and agnostics and pagans and deists and everybody under the sun comes into the room. And she likes to spend almost 30 minutes blabbing about her rules that she's made for the room. She says, if you're a non-believer or someone who's not Christian, or you're of this particular Christian denomination, then we don't want to hear your questions. We don't want to hear anything that you have to say. This room is about God. This room is about God, and that's all we talk about most of the time. But it's funny because I've visited this woman's room a few times, and she's always talking about herself and her problems and about her family issues and all that shit. Now, I'm fine with that. People got personal problems. They want to talk about it. They want to vent. But I just don't understand why she's got to lie and say that it's about God, because it really isn't. I haven't heard any Bible out of her in the past year when I've chatted with her. I've never heard her attempt to answer any questions biblically, or even try to bring anybody closer to God, or at least a better understanding of where she's coming from. It's always been about her. And I don't think that that's as annoying as just sitting there listening to a person for 30 minutes try to control other people that she doesn't even know, only willing to listen to the people that agree with her and are willing to sit there and listen to her stories. She also has a guy that hangs out in the room as a moderator whose name is Govey, who has threatened repeated atheists and agnostics and deists and even Satanists that have come in the room. He's also kicked out Muslims repeatedly out of the room whenever they question some of the crap that goes on in there. Now, I'm not going to sit here and call names or be mean or anything like that. I just have a suggestion, a remedy to the situation. If you want to talk about your problems, survivors of faith, if you want to talk about all the bullshit that's going on in your life, I recommend that you make a room called Survivor's Faith, or Lisa's fucking Issues. That way people can go in there and listen to your bullshit all day instead of you disguising it behind God and using Jesus as your fucking bait to bring people in there to listen to your stupid shit. I think that if there were to be a God, he'd really appreciate that. It's just how I feel. The thing that bothers me mostly is it's not the chat room. I don't think it's the chat room or the intolerance that I find in these many different forums and blogs and chats that really worry me or concern me. It's wondering what life would be like if Christians were in control of the earth. If they had their hands on the Constitution and they could set up these huge-ass rules and shit where all we are going to do is listen to what the fuck is on their mind all the time, I think that society would crumble. It would be horrible and primitive. I just cannot believe that there are people out there that have these magic words in their head that if you say them, then they simply just silence you and shut you the fuck down. There's magic words. It's like I have power or something. I say something, I talk, and then all of a sudden I'm fucking gone. Oh man, that's like an animal, isn't it? It responds to noise. It responds in fear whenever it hears a noise that it doesn't like. And it runs away with its tail between its legs like a fucking cowardly beast would. I don't know. I just really think that you need to work on that, Lisa, and I think that the Christians in there who get off on kicking non-believers as well as Muslims and people of other faiths, I think that you really should maybe go back to the drawing board, read your fucking Bible for once, and find out that your behavior does not coincide with the teachings of Christ that you claim to so fucking love. It's just me. You've been listening to Brett Keane.